Rise up. Stop. Stop. I'm Shells and this is my kitchen. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about puff pastry. All right, let's go. All right. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. And if you're new here, I'm Shells and this is my kitchen. I'm just a home cooking nerd that loves sharing tips and techniques that I learned along the way. So if you're into that, subscribe to my channel, turn on your notifications for more videos. Now, today's episode, we're gonna be talking about puff pastry. So puff pastry, it's basically a pre-made dough that you can buy at your local supermarket. You just gotta fill it up, put a little egg wash on top, bake it in the oven, and that's it. It is so easy and it's definitely a great way to impress your friends and family, and honestly, it tastes amazing. So let's get into it.
Okay, let's start off by preparing our apple puff pastry. So we're gonna start off by peeling and coring our apple, slice it thinly, and then add it to a heated pan with melted butter and brown sugar. Now go ahead and add in your cinnamon or pumpkin pie spice. And lastly, we're going to be adding our vanilla paste. Now this is what I had on hand, but you can use extract. It's literally the same thing, but I don't know. I feel like the paste kind of gives a little bit more intense flavor. Let me know what you guys think. So after that, we're going to be letting the apples cook for about 7 to 10 minutes up until they have softened. And while doing that, we're going to prepare our peach puff pastry. All right, so that's the consistency I was talking about. So you want it kind of a little bit more thicker than what you started off with. You want to make sure that it coats the back of the spoon. All right, so now we're going to get started with our egg wash. So an egg wash is basically 1 egg and about a splash or maybe like a tablespoon of water. So what that is going to make sure that before we bake our puff pastry, we're going to coat it with that egg wash, and it's going to brown it nicely in the oven. Trust me, it's definitely a really great step. Don't miss out on that. All right, let's reserve that apple brown butter sauce. And yeah, look at my cat. Look at her. Look at her rolling around. I can't with her. She's so funny. She loves hanging out with me when I'm in the kitchen. She's always up for a good time. So now we're going to fill in our puff pastry. My puff pastry came already like pre-sliced in 4 pieces, but if yours doesn't, don't be afraid to roll it out, add some flour, and cut it the way you'd like. This kind of made it easier for me, and I kind of like the mini pastry look, just so you don't feel as guilty when you're eating like 2 or 3. So yeah. Now, just a quick tip, make sure that whenever you are filling up your puff pastry, that the filling is in the middle. You don't want it to be too much on the side just because it'll spill off, and then it'll kind of cook the side of the puff pastry a little bit more faster than the middle, so it's going to be kind of uneven. And that goes for either a closed puff pastry or an open face puff pastry as well, so keep that in mind. Now, one thing I learned about puff pastry is that it's very forgiving. If there's a hole in it, you can fix it with your finger. You can stretch the dough. It'll easily come back together. So in this clip, I'm just basically showing you how to make the closed puff pastry. So you're going to stretch the dough out and then place it on top, just because there's a lot of toppings there. So you don't want it to be shorter than the pastry that's on the bottom. So once you do that, you're going to crimp it on the sides with a fork and then put in 3 slits with a knife. Just to let the air kind of release and let it bake all the way through. All right, and then here I'm showing you how to make the peach puff pastry. I'm literally just filling it in with whatever. I'm kind of just creating like a little mixture of like cashews, pumpkin seeds, some chocolate chips. Just showing you that you can honestly make this with anything, and you don't have to make it sweet. You can make it savory. Like I would recommend, you know, mushrooms and leeks or something with cheese. Like you can really go and have fun, go all out with this this recipe. It's really easy. All right, and here I'm showing you how to put on the egg wash. I'm using a silicone pastry brush, and I'm just lightly kind of, you know, making sure that the edges get some egg wash, you know, show some love, but not too much because then it's gonna get too brown and then it'll eventually burn, I feel like. But just a little bit goes a long way, so yeah. Now this is gonna be like my pantry option puff pastry, so I'm just kind of showing you. I have some fig butter, probably gonna put some chocolate chips in them, and then probably some almond butter. I think that's a great combo. It's really, really good. It's kind of like, think of it as like peanut butter and jelly, but instead of peanut butter, almond, and then instead of jelly, we got some very delicious fig butter from Trader Joe's, of course. All right, let's check out this little glow up. Ooh, look at that. So puffy and it's browned nicely. It's looking very, very good. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Do you see that chocolate like peeking through? Yeah, I know you do. Look at that. So beautiful, and like literally no effort was put into this at all. You see how easy it is? Like it's just really, it's honestly a really great way to impress your friends and family for the holidays. Very quick and simple and delicious. All right, let's cut it open and see how it looks inside. Look at that. It's crispy on the outside, but nice, chewy and ooey and gooey on the inside. It is so good. You definitely have to try this out. You won't regret it. Look at those apples. Look at those apples. Real good.
Wow. This is really good. This is amazing. It's chewy, crispy on the edges, nice and warm in the center. I'm having the apple and I think there's like some chocolate chips in here. Wow. It's really good. This is amazing. Give this recipe a try, seriously. And it was so easy. It's like flaky, so like warm, and I don't know, it just feels like the holidays. All right guys, and that's how you make puff pastry. You can honestly customize it any way you'd like, using fresh fruit, pantry items, whatever. But definitely it's something that you don't want to miss out on. It's very delicious and I recommend that you guys try it. That's my recipe. Let me know what you guys think, comment below, and I'll see you in the next one.